Good morning, Steve Wilson from Grand Junction, up on my favorite trip called the Liberty Cap. So frequently we discuss this after you get to a bad liver age, but I'd like to discuss with you around the corner when you're very young and impressionable and just getting started in life. Excuse me. And that consists of eating the wrong things until you get to the ripe old age of about 18, and what they're saying right now is 48% of all young teenage boys have non-alcohol fatty liver disease. What does that do to the rest of their life? Well, it starts way back here. And one of the first things that I'm going to introduce you to is a thing called attitude eating. We eat for attitude. We eat for emotional issues. Once we get to this, where they begin to repair your body and take all kinds of funky drugs to deal with your problems, the job to go back is a very serious one. Although it's doable with the liver, it's really a tough old critter. But then you get down here to maybe where the barbed wire is, where your arteries and things are beginning to rust, and you're beginning to get fat, and people are saying, you know, it's your job, you need to have a change of attitude. Well, attitude is very, very important, because you see, that's about frequencies in your body. If you're having an oh woe is me pity party, nobody likes to be around you. So if we could increase the frequencies in your body, what would that do to your overall attitude? It would give you an attitude of, hey, I have a value. And then the higher we get, the amazing thing is, the higher you get in frequencies, the healthier you are physically, not only emotionally. But you begin to see these things that maybe you were doing wrong, and take care of your life, you won't go through this again. Well, what's on the road of this if we decide that we don't want to listen to that? And I know that everyone out here has had either their parents when they were young people or their employers say, you got to have an attitude change. Athletes are predisposed to that. So once we get down here and we kind of get this idea that this is what's going on in America today, that there's no way that you can alter it, I'm here to tell you that there is. So we get to the arteries. We get to closing them up because of poor diet. A lot of protein, a lot of carbohydrates, amyloid beta plaque circles that, gets to the tissues. You get fat around the belly, and nothing looks right. Well, then begins the disease program. From diabetes to cardiovascular issue, and now cancer is dropping way down. And as funny as it may seem, these frequencies have measured healthy organs, and it seems as though the body functions in the best in about 60 megahertz speed in frequencies in their body. Well, the question is, how do you get your frequencies up? Would it be from eating live foods? Would it be from eating foods that are not going to draw you down and create issue? And we always talk about from that thing and the aging process. I'm not as fast as my young kids are, but you know, if you understood that and began to eat properly, you would maximize efficiency out of what you have left, and you'd lose some weight. I just dealing with a friend of mine yesterday who's been on 3 pharmaceuticals, one for high blood pressure, a little bit overweight. 2 months working with me, he's off 1 med and he's lost weight. He says his pants are loose. This is a positive thing, and his energy level is through the ceiling. Now, if you would like to hear more about that, you can get a hold of me at nefeshenergy.com/Stephen, and you can begin to see the incredible attributes of eating correctly, the energies. I want you to understand how energy is made and the simplicity of the aging process, when all of that down through there is when these diseases, by and large, happen. Wouldn't it be really neat if you didn't have to deal with that at the level that most people have? Think about the price tag that you pay going down that road, in that I'm pharmaceutical free at the ripe old age of 77 plus. And the energy level that I have is incredible. So, if this is something that you would like, and if you would like to look into it and say, what do I have at risk? We have nothing at risk, because we're going to talk to you about some of the most exciting science that you have ever seen. And I'm going to get you to understand how this thing works in waves and frequencies, rather than eating old foods, processed foods, creating this thing with digestive issues, all the autoimmune diseases that come up, plus obesity. We're going to show you how to lose that in a healthy way. Again, Steve Wilson, 970-260-1740 from Liberty Cap.